things have been going a lot more pleasant this last week compared to the week prior.
I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that. I actually have some good news as well. Let me turn down this game music.
Didn't call him hearing a bunch of random static.
Oh, that. All right. Oh, that's still terrible. Hang on. Oh, that's still staticky. Shit.
Yep.
Brack. Oh, that is fucking terrible. Hang on, let's try. Nope.
Take your time, I'll be right back.
Alright. No. Ah, fuck. Ah.
Okay, sorry. Went to go harass my lady friend.
On YouTube and see what's going on there.
Yeah, I still have static. Tons of static. It's not cool.
Yeah, no.
Alright, check, check.
Hi. Sounds good so far.
Okay. Yeah, I think we're good.
I'm much louder than you are, though.
How about now? Is that better?
Yes. Though now I sound almost as if I am quite quiet.
Okay. Let me turn it down just a little bit then. There we go. That should be good.
Give it a second.
Alright.
Okay. I'm still quiet, but they can still hear me.
Okay. Oh, let me turn on the stream on my phone, because I can't hear Jack. I can't see any comments or nothing, so let's...
Yeah, we're working on it, Arden.
Oh, how's it going? Arden, come on in. Come on in, Arden. You're part of this. You're part of this, good sir.
He says fuck over there. Give me a couple of minutes to smoke and a break, and I'll absolutely pop in for a bit.
Absolutely. Okay, sounds phenomenal. So, how is everybody?
Well, over the last 2 weeks, if you're gonna ask myself, me and Sam had quite the falling out. Like 9 days ago, 10 days ago.
Why?
Because I was getting really excited about my enlistment process, and I was talking to family members about the update in enlistment changes, and she absolutely fucking hated it.
Uh,
We
that kind of
got
makes
into it.
sense.
Yeah, we got into it for about a day or two over it, and then I tried my hardest to prove that I was going to keep her rather than the possibility of enlisting by doing something that she will say is absolutely stupid and has been calling me stupid anytime I've tried to give her affection since.
What did you do, dumbass?
I marked myself with a um cat scratch that would indefinitely permanently disqualify me from the military.
You marked yourself with a cat scratch?
Yes.
Is that like code for something?
Yes, because I don't want Discord or not Discord, YouTube to hear what I'm saying and cause you to have red flags.
Okay, so it is code for something.
Yes.
Okay, so um, I see I'm gonna have to guess around a little bit. So what kind of mutilation did you engage in?
A act that the military would read as mental health disqualification purposes.
Really? He faked.
Yes.
You did you cut yourself?
May the gods of YouTube ever be in your favor.
Ah,
But
okay,
yes.
okay. That that makes more sense. Hello, Promethean. How's it going, sir? Welcome to this adventure of Pureblood Supremacy.
But yeah, I did such in hopes that she would understand that that was definitely me taking over the military. I've had many people question my judgment on letting someone else control what I do, but she had very little to do with that.
Yes, Promethean hails, Mr. Healing. That is most needed, especially on today's occasion. I do have a very, very important announcement that y'all will be privy to. I'm going to wait at least for Ardent to jump in because this has been something that we've been waiting for quite some time.
Oh, sounds like someone's made some good progress.
Uh-huh. Right now in the game, I'm looking for all of the Dalian keys so I can get something magical from basically like your individual house chest. So, oh,
Well, you're also playing a game where everything's magical, so I assume you're talking about something of the rare or higher.
Yes. Well, Caucasian Sasquatch is asking where are Hogwarts's ovens? They're in the kitchen like everywhere else, except the Jews run the ovens. I mean the slaves, the house elves. I do apologize. Basement or kitchen? You know what? That's a good question because if you look through all of the places here, Hogwarts does not have a listed kitchen room that you can travel to. So, uh, basement it would have to be. Um, so yeah. All right, let's go to Hogsmeade. Yeah, I've never seen a kitchen in the castle either. So, yeah. Goblins, yes, goblins indeed. Oh dear, did y'all hear that? Hello?
I don't think I quite heard it.
Okay. All right.
Do let me know if I can be of any assistance at all.
All right, let me know. I want to sell. I want to sell things. Yes, yes.
Very good. Never hurts to keep my stocks replenished.
Mm-mm. Hmm.
Rest to impress, I see. I hope to see you again.
Hence my clearly non-controversial question. Ah, clearly, clearly. I mean, who would doubt your intentions, good noble sir? Hmm. Hmm. Can one sell one's house elves? Ooh, that's a good question. Hmm.
I would imagine so.
Is it summon
After all,
food
what
and...
else are they good for?
Indeed, indeed. Is it summon food and drink like a first level spell? Spell levels are for Dungeons and Dragons. I'm gonna say a superior form of magical endeavors. But for a Harry Potter game, this is a very, very faithful adaptation. And as a Harry Potter game, I do approve of it. Um, it's very well done. I have no complaints as to the play style or the Slytherin common room, grand staircase.
Oh, Arden says he also wants to share some news.
Oh, awesome!
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So after Promethean says, Promethean hails, Arden says, I love it when I'm in the cause of suspense, and I have some news I want to share as well.
Creature was attached to the Black Resistance. That's not technically wrong. That is actually 110% legit. That is actually quite true. Creature is a member of oh. And yes, a house elf does belong to the estate as per slavery in the colonial times. Another interesting factoid as to
Arden would have given Creature a sock and a Glock. But why?
sock and a Glock. Based. When I say based, I do mean American. A Glock and a sock, yes. Well, if you the reason why that's based is because if you give a house elf any article of clothing, it's their liberation.
I remember that from Dobby getting a sock from Harry Potter.
Yes. Master give Dobby sock? And yes, I'm still What?
If the ammo runs out, mace the scum. Buffering hard.
Oof. Buffering hard. Let me check that. Let me check that out.
You look fine on my end. You've got like a 30-second delay.
Okay.
Well, not even a 30-second delay, more like a 3-second delay.
Alright, that's fair enough.
Okay, though, the elf magic is pretty hardcore.
Yes, no joke. Like elvish like the house elves, like their magical prowess is something to be feared. Not gonna lie.
Could you give me an example of what Dobby has done to break such bad?
Now, hang on.
Yeah, that's what I was asking too. Like, why?
What do you mean, why what?
Oh, Ardent with the sock and a Glock. Caucasian and I are both asking why the Glock?
Oh, so he can fight for, he can defend himself. And no, Dobby isn't just invisible. Like, he can do, he can just snap his fingers and do, like, a backlash thing. Like, it's not just invisibility. And yeah, he can teleport. Like, house elves are legit, like, you. And yes, please like and share. Please like and share, because I have given up shilling at this point. I've just given up on life.
Oh, we heard someone pop in.
Or her.
It's Ardent.
Hello, Ardent. How
Wild baloney has.
Wild baloney has appeared.
Yep,
Okay.
So, to break the suspense I've created, my news is fairly simple, but quite earth-shattering for me. I hit 201 subs today.
Oh yeah,
I
bitchin'.
am very, very glad about that.
That's awesome, my dude. Like that is just. I remember those days, and you earn every single sub, and you earn it the hard way. So yes, you celebrate those.
I'm earning a few in a quite easy way of late. I'm getting into Twitter spats, and apparently I'm in a barrel. Is that a little better?
Oh, you're doing fine. You're doing fine.
Okay. But
Wait,
Sasquatch in chat says he can't hear me very well.
Squatch says he can't hear you.
how?
Let me just see what I can do here.
Because I can hear you, and if I can hear you, the stream. Speak again.
Okay, I am talking now as if I am a real person and not an incredibly
Oh,
sophisticated
there you
AI.
go. There you go. Yeah,
Okay.
that should fix it. That should fix it.
Okay,
Okay.
excellent.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
That
no,
was
I
my
hit,
bad.
no worries. I hit 201 today, 200 yesterday when I was streaming with Trim, but it actually turned out that I had hit the 200 mark based on one of my readings for our buddy Cass.
Oh, you know what? Good, because
Hi,
Cass.
Stormy.
Hey, Stormy.
Oh, hi, Stormy.
You see, and here I was thinking that it was going to be some more base news, like something involving your lady, but no, it's just subscribers.
Not yet, but that's coming.
Ah,
Give
fine.
it, what are we looking at? About 6 months, I think.
Okay, all right. So the big news, ladies and gentlemen, is your boy's employed. I finally found
Hey!
work. Yes, yes.
Excellent.
I'm starting a new position. I will be traveling about 90% of the time, and I will be earning 28 buckaroos an hour, whether they have work for me or not. So,
Hoorah.
yes, it is a traveling field technician position, and I will be working on machinery for automated foodstuffs. So, you pour potatoes in at one end, and at the other end comes bagged potato chips. Those kind of machines.
Yay!
So I will be working on those and being trained on those, and it's you guys have no idea. I had just gotten a promotion at my previous employer that bumped me from 14 or 15 an hour to 21, and
Oof.
ever since, so I was at 21 an hour working at my previous job, and at this new position, I will be getting 28 per hour, and the way it's done is they pay for everything except for the hotel. So we got a credit card that my wife and I can earn travel points on.
Excellent.
So we're just going to be using that for the hotels that we get reimbursed with every week anyway. So
Nice.
yes, this is going to be phenomenal, and we are doing we're I'm so happy. Like this is like a huge sigh of relief for us. Like you would not believe.
I can imagine that's quite the load off, yeah.
So just in case y'all are wondering, we will be starting up soon.
Okay.
Not this week because I'm not a masochist. Dude, guys, I am behind on schoolwork so badly because you got to understand I was at a place where I was on my second interview for 3 different companies, and like my brain and my energy was just gone. Like I couldn't be bothered with a damn thing. So
Yeah, I can imagine you were probably running on a pretty short tether by that point.
and just the stress, the excitement, the potential, like you cannot like
Revelio.
Where did it go?
Yeah.
Get the snitch. Get the snitch.
Pretty much.
Stormy says I'm echoing. I was hearing Kitty echo earlier as well, so I'm wondering.
Yeah,
if there might
Art
be...
kind of sounds like he's sitting in a tin can.
Okay, let me just see if I can't fix that.
Not on your side. On the call. Not on the call. On the YouTube.
Oh, that's probably just some brutal lag or buffer, terrible connection from Newfoundland.
No. I'm
Most
talking
likely.
like YouTube sounds like you're talking out of a tin can.
Ah.
Oh. Okay, hang on. Let me see if I can.
Go get help, Lassie. Go get
Oh,
help.
there I go. Now I sound like it.
Is that better?
We could only find out here in a few seconds.
Well, let's find out if I sound better or not. Do I have the silky syllables of a...
No, I sound worse.
Oh.
Bloody hell.
Well, let me put that back where it was.
Like telephone canted strings, Stormy says.
I can. Oh, I think I know what the problem is. Okay, try that again, gentlemen.
Okay, let's
Okay.
give it a few seconds.
Okay, I know what that is then. Okay.
Ooh.
Try it again.
Okay. When sun rays crown thy pine-clad hills, and
Kill it.
summer
Kill it, fire.
spreads her hand.
Revelio.
Gas it.
Okay. everyone, how was it? Tell us the truth. Be brutal. Be the interwebs we know that you are.
You are quiet as shit.
Well, yes, and the reason for that is because I have to turn down my mic volume so that it doesn't catch y'all's echo from the headset.
Oh.
That's why you're echoing it, because my headphones are echoing into my mic.
Ah.
So
Yeah, but now you sound like if you were to turn your TV on, I would say both Arden and I are sitting at about 30 or 40. You're sitting at like 5 or 6 on the volume bar.
Make me work. Alright. Am I better now? Hello?
You moved from
Okay.
like a 6 to a 9.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't ask me, man. I'm a cabinet maker, not a sound engineer. Ooh, fancy broom. Why does it look like it's on fire? That's disturbing.
Yep, about right. It's my fault and better the Shade Master.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, Arden is quieter than I am now.
Okay, I have nothing to do with that. That is not on me.
I can speak up a little bit if you'd like.
Y'all are on your own. So,
Yay!
so that is the news. I'm finally working. I has job. And that means so yes.
I have a question about personal matters, but I'm not sure what your community knows about personal matters.
Masters.
I'll put it like this, and you could. All I want to know is it better or not?
Is it better or not? I think it's better.
Okay. Yeah,
That
because
mysterious rash you were dealing with?
Yes.
Ah, okay.
I will get you.
Master has given Shady a job.
Give me my medallion. There we go.
Just to return to the topic of house elves, does anyone else think creature with a block would be absolutely terrifying?
Well, no. It's only terrifying if you're a mudblood. Creature was based.
I have my suspicions that creature would have finished wiping out the mudbloods and then turned on the blacks first.
No, creature was despicable, but loyal.
Okay. It's been an extremely long time since I read the books, so I only vaguely remember creature from the film.
Yes, molest the chest, molest the chest.
Stop that, you're going to give Stormy ideas.
Look, if I'm the one who has to give her these ideas, that is a failure in your manhood, sir.
Oh, trust me, I spent a significant portion of my time giving her the ideas.
You can't dismount here? What? Like you can't land here? That is... Oh, that is gay. Oh, that is so gay.
Is that because it's somewhere you're not supposed to have gotten to yet in the game, or?
No, there's no reason for me to not, like, be able to dismount there.
Landing is unavailable right now.
That
What
is,
in the blue hell?
that is so homosexual.
And tardy.
That is ragingly special. Okay.
That is flammably homo something or other?
Now let me actually find a place to land. All right. Okay. Where do I want to go now? Remember, we're looking for the Daedalians. The Daedalian, whatchamathingies. Grand Staircase. Where was that last one that I couldn't get to? Ah, yes, the Astronomy Wing. Oh, Stormy's asking what's happening in 6 months. I think you spoke too soon, sir.
I have a surprise for her.
I think it's like a Deadpool thing.
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it and revising my math, I think it might be closer to 8 months.
Oh, well then.
But that should give Stormy an idea of what I'm talking about. Something that's we expect to happen around September, October, which we've talked about significantly.
Oh, so, Arden, I'm gonna be super, super vague. And if you don't know, you don't know. Are you familiar with Disco's new project?
I did see an announcement on her Discord about something, but I'm not sure if that's what you're referring to.
Well, see, now, I heard about it on her Facebook. I don't know if we're talking about
I
the same
don't
thing.
have Facebook, so I'm going to say no in that case.
Okay.
Lumos. Protagon. Lumos.
Is this an online project that she's conducting on her own, or as part of new employment, or?
I'm gonna say it's more of a personal project.
Ah.
If not, then never mind. You completely disregard this conversation.
Yeah, we can.
Completely.
I think that's probably a good choice.
Okay, so
as I sit here
on,
picking pieces off of my armchair.
So moving on from that minefield. So moving on from that minefield. So everyone, okay. So we have Stormy joining in our game when we next play. So as I explained, my next my employment date starts on the 27th. So I don't know if we're going to actually play games before then, but here's what I would like to do, and I want your feedback from this.
Okay.
Well, pardon me. As you can tell, I'm still suffering from muggle pox. There we go.
There does appear to be some terrible form of muggle pox going around quite significantly of late.
It's in the air, let's just put it that way. And so what I want to do is have... Oh, that's the room of requirement. No, I don't want that right now. So what I would like to do is a community stream where basically all of my players will do their best to get as many people to sub to the channel and leave subscriptions and donations. And for those of you who have actual people who are willing to, like, basically drop your name in chat as, like, they're supporting, they're basically acknowledging that you're the one who sent them to the live stream, I'm going to give y'all bonuses in the game for when we start our next session. Does that make sense?
That sounds very, very nice.
So, I want to do like a community fundraising stream for for all of my players, and for y'all to like compete for stat bonuses and spell slots and whatnot, library points and etc. So, that's something I want to do before we start the next session, because we ended that session like on
Revelio.
On like how do I describe it? Kind of a cliffhanger. Like, y'all are being chased by a monstrous demon. And y'all are being chased in this wooden ship that is flying through the air, being manned by slaves. So... Stormy says game on. She's definitely getting people on stream, so she's down.
Hello,
So the people who subscribe and the people who send donations will have to, you know, name drop your user, and I will be keeping track on live for who gets what stat bonuses, and it's going to be phenomenal. We are going to have a lot of fun with that. Because, y'all are going to need these stat bonuses. Because Slots brought a big beefy boy.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Yeah. This is being done out of necessity. And out of, pet the pussy. We have to pet the pussy. There we go. Yes.
It's getting a little heavy with that.
Oh, please, it's just right, and you know it.
Yes. Just 1 second, I have to remove my headset to untangle a cable.
Of course you do. Stormy, twist the cables harder.
Well, that's what the kids are calling it these days.
I disavow.
So, what progress has been made in this game that you are currently playing?
Well, I got all the flu points. So, the achievement is officially called Flew Around the World.
Oh.
And what that means is I've unlocked all the fast travels.
Oh, excellent.
And right now, I'm just kind of dicking about, trying to find all of the Daedalian keys. Ooh. Man, I just keep finding crap.
I would love to see someone hack this game and modify it so that one of those chests wasn't Mimic.
Hmm. Oh, that's why. Okay, that makes sense now.
Hmm.
Sorry, I'm back for a few minutes.
Stormy's like, I'm not there with him right now. I know, but still. I had to make the joke. I couldn't resist. Arden knows this.
Yes. I expect such things from my friends. Oh, and we have lost a kitty. Here, kitty, kitty, kitty. Here, kitty, kitty.
Kitty, I promised I wouldn't pet you. You didn't have to run away.
I guess this is his way of asking for extra wet food.
Oh,
I can't help myself with that right now because Stormy has 2 cats and one of them is very vocal
Revelio.
about food.
very vocal about food.
Oh yes, he is. He's the rescue that she has, and he's a lovely cat, very pretty cat. He's one of these pure white ones,
Mm-hmm.
but he is very much an egotist.
Aloha more.
On the level of feed me, feed me, feed me, feed me, and I will make racket until you pay me some sort of attention.
I mean, isn't narcissism just a basic feline trait?
Well, I'm pretty sure they're born with twice the ego of any other creature, yeah. Well, I mean, you oh, go ahead.
I said I personally know pit bulls with more natural humility than the average feline.
True, but then pit bulls are awesome creatures anyway.
This is true. This is true.
Revelio.
You look like a pompous git.
Confringo.
I think we've lost Sasquatch.
Sasquatch?
Yeah, I was just checking chat to see if he was still in there because I was going to make a comment about his moose.
Ah, yes. He has a...
Oh, dear gods. I've managed to spill moisturizer all over myself again.
Well, it was either moisturizer or,
No,
or the hose.
it's... What was that?
It was either moisturizer or the hose.
I swear to God, I'm just trying to get the dry skin off my elbow.
No, you're not.
And what's really funny is Stormy can back me up on this. This is twice in the last 3 days that this has happened where I've had a moisturizer malfunction, we'll say.
So, Stormy is bragging on you. She's saying that she has a wonderful man, he bringing me to a day of beauty tomorrow. So a whole day of watching me get my hair done, and she declares shenanigans on you claiming that you have rough skin. And I'm just gonna have to say based, because,
Thanks a lot, honey.
because let's face it, you need to repent. You need to get the hose.
No, I chased the hose for years, and then I found a good woman.
Oof.
I know, right? Smooth.
Oh. It sunk in, and it wasn't... Like, there was no satisfaction. Like...
Confringo.
It's never been an issue I've had.
Like, my brain processed it, and I'm like, no. How dare you?
And I love you too, honey. Not you, Shades. Stormy.
No, Stormy, you should assume that he's cheating on you. Just...
Yes, with a disembodied voice on the internet.
I am the Shade Master. Do not deny me.
Excuse me.
Oh. Yeah, it must be all the lotion.
I've...
Exactly.
Yeah,
See,
it
she
puts the
gets
lotion
it.
on its skin.
Or it gets the hose again.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't want the hose no more.
Oh.
My.
So, yes, today we are just running around Hogwarts looking for flying keys and unopened cabinets. Because I want the prize. I want to see what it is. that is in that house chest. It's alright. Oh, your woman's a degenerate. Which I already knew, because both of y'all
Wow.
are genders. So, that's nothing new.
Well, to be fair, her red hair is just an affectation.
Oof.
Yeah.
You know,
No, she's getting her hair colored tomorrow again. So
You know,
she's going back to being...
Hello, Homura.
I'm not disappointed. I just wish I wasn't surprised.
Oh my.
Oh, I'm terrible. I'm terrible.
I'm just attempting to get some of this lotion back in the bottle.
You know there's no putting this back in the bottle.
No. Neither the genie nor the lotion can be put back in the bottle. And for the record, that was my chair.
It was all for him. Yes. Oh.
That's mostly true, actually. She wasn't convinced until I kind of talked her into it that red hair would look good on her. But it does. She is an absolutely stunning woman with red hair.
With you when you have a moment.
Ooh, gothic attire.
You're going to wear animal furs and sack Rome?
Absolutely.
Different goth, I assume.
Oh. You know, just because it was for him doesn't mean it was a good choice. But I'll allow it. I'll allow it. It's wholesome for our purposes.
This is true. And we are disturbingly wholesome when we're together. We have something of a 15-year-old high schooler's sense of humor, but we're fairly wholesome.
Mm.
Come on in. Healing potions are a speciality here. Should
I
you need
don't
any?
want healing potions. I want you to buy my wares.
You know, now that I'm actually listening to some of the background and the lore, things like that are appearing in this game, I'm starting to get the impression that
I hope to see you again.
the wizarding world is not unlike Wakanda in that they refuse to help other people. For example, look at all the in the era that this is set in, children are still dying of massive infections in high numbers in hospitals because they haven't yet figured out germ theory. And they have healing potions that could prevent all these problems.
Mm.
So I'm slowly coming around to the side of the mudbloods and thinking, yeah, the wizards are scum. Every wizard is a supremacist.
And I have no problems with this.
Well, fair.
I really don't. Slytherin did nothing wrong.
Revelio.
Okay, what was it that went ding?
Confringo.
Okay.
So I'm curious, is this game a sort of railroad that gives you the illusion of open world, or is it legitimately open world?
I don't know how
Hello,
to answer
Homura.
that because
Well, let me see if I can clarify the question. If you were to go off and do your own thing, can you still advance in the game? Can you still level up, for example?
Yes, technically.
Okay. And Stormy says her new nails aren't helping tonight, and they look awesome.
Fine now,
Or
baby
it
guys.
looks awesome. She's talking about the red hair. It looks awesome on her.
Yes.
Yeah, she has a performance coming up, I believe, next weekend for a St. Patrick's Day concert in her hometown,
Oh.
and this is like a regular event that the town puts off every year.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, so I do not believe I will be available most of the weekend. Actually, next week I may even take Sunday off for once and actually observe the Sabbath like a good boy should.
Yes. The Sabbath should be observed. Like, I was how do I say this? But back when the liberalist was a far more popular thing, there was a discussion where they were trying to that just reinforce like the basic morality of the Ten Commandments, and some secular spurg decided to be like, oh yes, forcing people to not work on one day out of the week as if that's something about freedom. I'm like, yes, completely and unironically, yes, because oh, nice.
Oh, he's having a bad day.
Reparo.
So, anyways, so back to the keeping the Sabbath day holy.
Revelio.
He was taking it from the angle of, yes, you're being told you can't do something. I'm like, well, you know what? Yes, because corporations and nations and people should be actively forbidden from forcing you to work every day of the week and taking you away from your community and from your family.
Lumos.
That should.
Yeah, corporations tend to be very time greedy.
You should that should be a commandment. That should be a common practice. And the Ten Commandments said, guess what? It's now mandatory.
Yeah, it makes sense. You know, it's actually smart for productivity to actually give everyone a day off to rest and recharge.
Yes. And it's like,
And a lot of jobs I've had have been 5-day-a-week jobs.
yeah. And it's and just to go back to the position I'm taking, it's going to be a job that I am away from my family 90% of the time. Like, I will be away at least 2 to 3 weeks of every month, and it's going. I'm going to be in hotels. I'm going to be it's not going to be fun. It's not going to be. Okay, I heard the key.
Revelio.
Where did it go?
Revelio.
I hear it, but I can't see it. The first year I was working in nursing, I barely saw my kids. Yeah, that's an unfortunate truth around just, being
Levioso!
a person who works.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like with me when I was away doing cabinet making. I mean, I was literally gone
Don't
for,
be silly. It'll wear off
well,
in
I
a
would
few
have been gone
hours,
for
I
the
think.
entirety of 9 months
It didn't before. That other
because
boy was
it
like
would have
it
been
for a
an
week.
18-hour drive back, and to do that for a weekend
Stop
was kind of
fretting. We'll
pointless.
have you with Nurse Blaney in no
What
time.
are these
I've
idiots
just
doing?
realised.
What? What is it?
I have an essay I need to finish for bins. 2 inches.
Merlins, I haven't done mine either.
What? Don't leave me here!
Did you memorise the dates of magical discoveries and Goblin Rebellion?
Accio.
No.
Where are you going? You can't leave me here!
You'll be fine. I'll check on you tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Billy Wigsting, you'll be a week like that.
Is that a Malfoy?
Yes.
Yeah, and both, I don't think it's giving anything away to say that both Stormy and I are looking at going into schooling again because it's just so hard to find work with the skills that we have.
Well, that's kind of what I did, and my career is just it took off in a direction I didn't expect. Like, I'm going to school for IT, and and that's a solid plan. Like, that's a solid way of getting an education and
Revelio.
finding and joining the workforce. But it's strange how semi-relevant it is to what I'm doing now, because like field technician work is not information technology at all. Like, it just isn't. Like, it's not even.
Revelio.
So it's just bizarre because I have I'm gaining an expertise in my current schooling, but my actual career path isn't going to be using pretty much any of it, which is kind of weird. But it's still kind of in the ballpark.
Okay.
You should consider carrying a
Mm-hmm. And you know what, Stormy? You're saying that it was hard on them and you. My second, my third child is going to be the most affected by this because she is such a daddy's girl, and oh, I'm not looking forward to it. Like most of my kids are just excited that I have a job, and my 2 oldest ones, like, they're not really gonna care much that I'm gone. But my 7-year-old, jeez, that's not something I look forward to.
Your spirit guides are trying to contact you. I can sense them all around.
Handy resource indeed, your field guide. I'm
Revelio.
most pleased to be included.
Hmm. Hmm. You're going back for business and medical administration. Interesting.
Revelio.
Is it all the way up? Is that where it is? Up there? Oh, I see it. Yes, Stormy, that's what I'm talking about. Exactly that. And
Revelio.
there you are. There you are. Yes. 2 more left. 2 more left.
Well, Stormy says it's hard to go and make their life better when you have to watch them be hurt because you're leaving. I can only imagine how heartbreaking that must be sometimes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, thankfully, I'm married. I do have a partner to, handle things when I'm gone. And I'm also gonna say something else. It's easier when it's the guy who has to go.
Revelio.
I would think so, yeah.
Like, I don't... And, yeah. I can imagine that you would cry every time you had to go, because your mom. Like, no one wants mom to go. Like, that's just something that no one, especially a child, wants. They want mom to stay.
Confringo. Accio.
But yes, I do relate.
Revelio.
Babysitters and after-school care, no, it's not the same at all. And everyone knows it's not the same. Like, and you know what? The honest truth is, like, when they're super young, not even dad is enough. Like, not even dad. Not even dad is sufficient to make up that gap, because I don't know how to explain it. It's just, I mean, I remember when yeah, but I was yeah, I know. Being mom and dad is, yeah, that's rough.
Revelio.
But I remember being with my wife, and the first year of each of our babies' lives, dad is chopped liver for about the first year. Like, you are, we do it different than, yeah, you, and it's not just that you do it different. You are existentially necessary. Whereas at that young age, men just aren't. In fact, you feel like useless when it's with when you're with an infant. Yes, you can love on them. Yes, you can care for them. You can change their diaper, this, that, and the other. But on the whole, you are not needed. You are not required. Huh. The Ravenclaw room. Well, this is also true. The child always says "Dada" first. This is a cosmic injustice that is. No, she's not wrong. Daddy is always still the favorite. I don't ask me how. Don't ask me why. But Daddy is the special one. Ooh, this is a place I haven't explored. Ooh, pet pussy. There we go. And it's a ginger pussy. So Ardent doesn't feel left out.
Yay! Actually, it looks like the cat from Stray.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hey, look, guys, another disco reference. So.
Yeah. We make all the disco references here.
Mm-hmm.
Revelio.
Portrait of Barufio. This portrait depicts the wizard Barufio, famed for his brain elixir, as an example of what happens when incantations are improperly spoken. He once said S instead of F and found himself on the floor with a buffalo on his chest. Ah! See, and here I thought the wizard was the buffalo.
I was thinking the same, actually.
That it was a transfiguration that went wrong, but no, apparently not.
Stormy calls her kids little turncoats. It's not that they're turncoats, Stormy. It's that they have internalized misogyny.
Bet.
Oh, speaking of internalized misogyny and having fun with the left, that's one of the new tactics I've been using to acquire new subs. I've been getting into the occasional Twitter spat, not quite on purpose, but then deciding to what would be the term? Utilize them, I guess, would be the best phrasing. To utilize them as eye gathering methods, I suppose.
I approve. I do sincerely approve. Like that is how it's done.
Yeah, I've found that it's quite entertaining to allow my inner sarcastic bastard loose on these people, and then when they simply don't understand that, and in a couple of cases, I've actually told them straight up, and linked my channel in the conversation that I'm just using them to get clicks now.
Thank you, citizen.
Yes, thank you for your service. You're doing your part.
And you know what? That is perfectly brilliant.
Yeah. I like to think of it as innovative and inventive.
It is. I approve. I wish I was able to get on Twitter and do it myself, but alas.
You're still not back to Twitter?
Of course not. I'm telling you.
Good gods. And what about your other channel? That's still yeeted as well, I suppose.
Of course it is.
Of course, because they won't do any of the work for you, including telling you what particular term of service you breached.
Exactly.
My personal favorite was the first time I got a warning from YouTube. It was for, and I've probably mentioned this to you before, about the video that I used, which was a parody of YMCA.
Oh, nice.
And of course, the artist behind the parody was not the Village People, yet for some reason, YouTube felt it necessary to warn me that I was stepping on the Village People's toes. Yet, a parody is not the original song. And in a real sense, and I think actually in a legal sense, a parody is considered original work on its own.
Well, it's supposed to be, isn't it?
Yeah, and yet YouTube felt the need to tell me that had there been an actual copyright strike or a copyright claim, that any monies that I was collecting would have gone to the Village People, as opposed to the artist behind the parody, who I was actually trying to support by showing that parody.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, very, very strange creatures, YouTube moderators.
Revelio.
I mean, it's one thing to be an ideologue, but do they have to be retarded?
Well, yeah.
And you know, I'm just gonna throw this in there. It's one of the saving graces of being an actual conservative is you're not an ideologue. You are the opposite of an ideologue.
Revelio.
Oh, I definitely need to keep that story for Sunday.
What story is that?
The Twitter is now Circuit City story. if you've heard about this one.
Arresto momentum.
Apparently, Elon has been breaking Twitter pretty badly, and how to put it?
Doing God's work.
No, actually, an employee contacted Twitter to wondering why his access had been removed when he hadn't been told he was fired, and Elon apparently responded to him that he had never actually worked there.
What do you mean you work
So
here?
apparently Twitter's HR is a special bunch of Ralph Wiggum types.
Revelio.
Oh.
What a striking face. You'll make quite the portrait one day.
Lumos.
Want to be hung next to
Come to me. I'm sorry, I'm just escorting the butterfly.
Okay.
There we go.
I'm just archiving that link. It's going to be fun to read that on Sunday, I think. Stormy says her dog Zeus, which is the one that's basically my dog now, is looking at the computer every time I speak. Hi Zeus,
Rebellion.
what you doing, pups? What you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he is the good boy.
Mm-hmm. Do-do-do.
Stormy will correct me if I'm wrong. I do believe he is part English setter and part Labrador, Black Lab. And we're fairly certain there's a significant portion of kangaroo in his DNA because when that dog jumps, he clears my shoulders.
So, interesting fun fact. Did you know that a pit bull can jump 6 feet in the air from a sitting position?
I did not, and now I am terrified even more. Actually, that's awesome because I could teach a pit bull to jump up and give me a hug.
Yes, yes. Now, which is interesting because most people don't know that. And most people think that when they reach the fence, that they are safe. No, the dog is choosing to let you live.
Well, that's true for most dogs, and in the case of, say, a Jack Russell Terrier, it still is convinced that it's letting you live.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
And yes, Stormy tells me I had the breeds right for that mix.
Our
and he
dog.
is a very beautiful. Yeah. He is a beautiful little creature.
Now, did you see the Lotus Eater's commentary on pit bulls?
When would this have happened?
It happened maybe a week or two ago.
I don't think so.
It was an extremely tepid segment. I will say that. Like, they were they were heavily pushing the scientific dangerous dog statistics thing, and I'm like, really? 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 We're
Yeah, it's kind of like the some of the crime statistics. If the crime is not reported, you're going to have an outsized opinion about who's actually guilty of the most crime. And when it comes to pit bulls, yeah, pit bulls may make the news when they bite someone, but something like a toy poodle doesn't. But I'm sure those little bastards bite way more kids in the run of a year.
Well, and I'm not. No. And here's my thing. I'm not going to argue with this with the figures. I'm just not, because I cannot argue with the fact that if a pit bull attacks something, that they have a higher chance of killing it.
Well, that's fair. Yeah.
I'm not going to make that. I know that's the case. That's why I own one.
Fair.
I mean, shit, stop selling me the breed.
Revelio.
But no, the important thing about the pit bull is that it is like any other dog. In that if you do not properly train it, you will have trouble with it. And the difference between a pit bull and any other dog is that if you have trouble with the pit bull, you'll pay the price for it far more than any other breed.
That's very true.
With a pit bull, there is a far steeper consequence for failure. And I mean, here's what I don't get about the pit bull debate in Britain, of all places. That's where the pit bull came from.
It's true. It was originally a bear fighting dog over there, if I recall correctly.
Bear fighting, then it did bull fighting, then when they made that illegal, it was pit bull against pit bull fighting, which just made the pit bulls even stronger.
True.
And I mean, we're talking about a breed of animal who will continue to fight long after they know they're already dead. Like when we
True.
like when you talk about what makes a pit bull, that is ultimately what you are. That is the defining trait. A pit bull is not the strongest dog. It's not the biggest dog. It doesn't, contrary to popular belief, have the locking jaw mechanism in their structure. No, the thing that makes a pit bull what it is a genetically engineered trait called game. And having a game dog is a dog that will fight long after it knows that it's already dead.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what separates the pit bull from any other breed. Is that...
Yeah, they're not bloodthirstiness necessarily, but and it's not even aggression necessarily. It's just that once the fight starts, it's in it for the duration.
A pit bull is not, and this is true, whether people want it to believe it or not. A pit bull will rarely start the fight, but they will finish it.
Yeah, I can absolutely see that. I mean, I've seen a lot of pit bulls back off from things like Chihuahuas, so they're clearly not an aggressive breed.
No,
from the get-go.
But if you start the fight with the pit bull, you get what's coming to you.
Yeah.
Huh.
But I mean, for the most part, every large breed dog that I've encountered, pit bull, Newfoundland, German Shepherd, Doberman Pinscher, Rottweiler, you name them, all these dogs have had at one time or another a bad reputation.
Yes.
But they tend to be the more chill breeds.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll leave a black lab aside because a black lab is just it's nature's clown.
You know what? You know what? Labradors actually bite a lot more often than people would think.
Oh yeah.
And yet,
oh yeah. No,
they are never flagged on any of these, like, oh, they're man-biter breeds, they're aggressive. No, labs are one of the top man-biting breeds of all time.
Labs are incredibly aggressive when it comes to being protective.
Oh, not even protective. Like, I just mean, like, if you piss them off. Like, if you just, you know, if they're being pestered by a child, you can't trust a Labrador with a kid.
Depends on how familiar they are with the kid, but yeah, it's one of those things where if it's an unfamiliar child that's pestering the dog, I don't think it really matters what breed it is. Once the dog has had enough, it's basically going to say, okay, stop that, and the way dogs do that is to try and walk away.
You know what?
And then if that doesn't work, they bite.
Well, let me tell you a story, because my wife used to babysit for children for the people in our religious community, people who couldn't afford like a regular daycare, and she would take on these these moms and dads who had like virtually no other option. And I had to make the decision and tell her, this particular family and these particular kids, no more. I do not want them around the dog, because I would watch them around our pit bull, and I would watch I would watch them unironically, and this was like a 2-year-old infant, like a 2 or 3-year-old toddler, going up to the dog who is lying down, belly exposed, and kicking him as hard as they could.
Yeah, that's a bad kid.
and
you know, they say there are bad breeders, there are bad parents. Right?
And well, not only that, and their little boy, who I think was like 5 or 6 at the time, would pick up sticks and, you know, chase the dog with it. And I swear to you, that dog never once even reared his face at a child.
No, I can imagine you probably wouldn't. probably takes quite a lot to make certain. Well, I know Newfoundlands. There's almost no way to make them mad.
Yeah, and that's another thing that people don't understand. Do you know how physically hard it is to quote unquote abuse a pit bull?
I have some impression because I've met a couple of pitties and played with them fairly physically aggressively, and my God, these things are stout.
Yes. Let me tell you a true story. My uncle had a pit bull named Budweiser, and Budweiser was being a butt to our pit bull Bandit.
Okay.
And Budweiser walked straight up to Bandit, growled in his face, and then lunged at him. Bandit sidestepped him and then grabbed his cheek in his mouth.
Okay.
So Bandit has Budweiser by the cheek on the side of his face and looking like, oh shit, I am done for.
Yeah. I done fucked up.
Yes. And my uncle took his dog, and at that time in our backyard we had this huge ash tree that was easily like 5 or 6 feet in diameter.
Okay.
Huge, massive tree. Took his dog Budweiser with his head in one hand and bashed his skull into the tree.
God. and the dog probably barely noticed.
The dog just looked at him like, oh, okay, I won't do that again.
Yeah. I discovered in playing with the 2 pit bulls I was playing with that unintentionally I essentially gave one of them a full-on right hook in the top of the head and basically bruised my knuckles, and the dog basically just went, "What happened?"
Oh, that is so true.
Oh yeah.
Wait a minute. No, it's not one of them. Dang it. But no, like, and I'm being dead serious. Like, trying to abuse these dogs is, if you manage it, you're a piece of shit. But if you're just trying to, if you're just trying to discipline the dog, the most they're gonna get out of it is, oh, I won't do that again.
Yeah.
Extremely resilient. Did I tell y'all the story about the pit bull who was taken out to the desert by an owner because he wouldn't fight?
I think I may have heard the story, but I'm not 100% sure. But just before you get into it, I wanted to acknowledge Stormy's comment. Stormy was talking about how people are evil to animals and she hates it. The surest way for me to look at you as evil is for you to be abusive to any other creature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In any case, go ahead and tell your story there.
So there is a there's a I don't know if this is true or not. I haven't seen the original story myself.
Okay.
But there is a story of a man who bought a pit bull with the intention to fight the dog. Now, among the pit bull community, you know that trait gameness that I told you about?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
A lot. There's a certain strain of that gameness that is inclined toward aggression. You understand? And
yep, I see where you're coming from.
For those breeds who have that level of gameness and aggression, it's about 1 in 10 pit bulls will have that aggression. It's not a common trait. And it's those It's those quote-unquote game dogs that are actually suited for fighting. Most pit bulls are not game dogs. You cannot fight them. They will not fight in the pit. They'll fight elsewhere if they have to, but if you put them in a pit with another dog, they won't fight. It's just not enough.
Revelio.
So the story goes that this man bought the pit bull to fight, and of course, it's not a game dog. It's not a fighting dog. So, this man, feeling that he has been robbed of his investment in buying this fair breed of animal, takes it, puts it in his pickup, and takes it out to the desert to put down. He goes off now. If you're familiar with California, there's a long stretch of road between Los Angeles and Las Vegas, and it's a long stretch of desert where there's literally nothing but desert. And so here you have this. It is in this area that this man decides, I'm going to pull over and put down the dog. And so he gets the dog out of the truck. He's out in the middle of nowhere, and he pulls out a .45 revolver. And he gets the dog down, and it's munching down on its favorite chew toy. And he aims the gun down the sights and at the dog's front skull, right between the eyes.
I think I see where this is going.
and he pulls the trigger right between the dog's eyes, and he hits the dog dead square in the eyes. And you see, what most people don't know about pit bulls is that front piece of the skull is about 2 inches thick of pure bone. We don't call them blockheads for nothing.
Fair.
And so this .45 revolver being shot at about 30 feet, 20 feet apart, does some good damage.
Revelio.
But it just ends up pissing the dog off.
Oh dear.
Dog then proceeds to get up and maul the previous owner.
Wow. No, I hadn't heard that story before, but that is entertaining as hell.
And the only reason that we know of this story is because the guy survived and called the cops on himself, with the cops seeing that the dog had a bullet hole between its eyes and its mangled owner.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, that is one for the record books, I guess one would say.
Oh, that's a beautiful story. I don't even care if it's true or not. Like,
no, that's just good karma.
And it's like, how you couldn't make it up, because no one would suspect that a pit bull could survive a shot between the eyes.
Especially not for something like a .45.
Right?
Yeah. Now I'm curious as to whether or not a 9mm would even go through the dog.
I don't think the .45 went through.
No, well, yeah. I half expected this story to be a ricochet into the owner's leg or something.
No. It's just the physique of these animals are literally trained to be one of the most resilient, endurable...
Well, yeah, they were absolutely bred for durability, so...
Yeah. So, I mean...
Well, I mean, if you're breeding a dog to be able to fight bears and bulls, you're not exactly going to make them pussies.
No. Well, and not only that, after they were finished fighting bears and bulls, they had to fight against other dogs trained to fight bears and bulls.
Yeah, true. In any case, my friend, given that we've both had good news, we have good reason to be happy and joyous people. Unfortunately, I now have to drop some bad news and say that I need to drop out for the night because it is getting quite late here, and I have an early day tomorrow.
That's fair enough. And you know what? On that, I'm probably going to drop off as well. It's been fun. We had some good news. We had some good laughs. And that's it, everybody. Go out there and throw some shade, because we're going to be throwing it soon ourselves, because what else are we going to do? Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, all. Have a good evening.